Hello, I'm here to talk to you today about something that's very close to my heart, and that's mentoring. Sometimes people call it supervision, but supervision isn't really terribly useful, and I'm sure many of you have had that experience where you just go and present to somebody your case. They don't know your client at all. And then they tell you what to do. And by the time you go back to work with your client, which is a week later when you see the client, what they've told you to do is not in tune with the client. I prefer mentoring, where if you're having difficulty with a client or you're stuck with a client, first of all, what I find, and this is what I find in myself too, is that something in me is getting stuck or triggered, or there's something in my history that I need to take a look at. So in mentoring, I'm there to support you in moving forward in your application of whatever you know and suggesting additional possibilities so that you can widen your perspective and have you focus in on what it may be meaning to you. And I find, and I speak about myself, that when I was stuck with a client, once I became aware of how it was playing out and what it meant to me with what the client was struggling, when I came into the next session, the client was already moving forward. So mentoring is to help you notice where you really excel, to support you in being very curious where you can expand, and helping you to comfortably look into yourself so that you can release that energy to benefit your client. And I have been trained in so many different types of therapy and years of Ericksonian work. And what I can tell you is that the mentoring process is where I really learn to be comfortable with myself and really effective as a therapist. Mentoring is much more important than what I learned at university, and much more important than what I learned in different training institutes, because it was with that supervisor, and I happen to be very lucky and be with the founders of many of the types of therapy, like Jay Marino with psychodrama, or Laura Pearls with Gestalt therapy, or my original training in analysis was all with analysts trained by Freud. But spending time with them in a mentoring process really accelerated my capacity as a therapist, and I want to offer that to you and my 56 years of clinical experience, which enables me to help you integrate Ericksonian hypnosis into whatever modality is your preferred way of working. Join me in mentoring. It really will change your perspective.